This is Daredevil. Come on, move it! Move it where, genius? Come on, move it! Move it where, genius? Sorry about this, sir. They're cleaning up after some supervillain attack. We'll probably be stuck here for a while. It's okay. I'm not in a hurry. Gonna miss McGrib again. What was that? Sorry, just that restaurant up there keeps a prayer room for us cabbies. If traffic wasn't so nuts, I'd be on my break for sunset prayer right now. Why don't you go ahead and pull over then? Like I said, I'm not in a rush. Are you serious? Thanks, mister. Just be a few minutes. Take as long as you need. If I've learned anything, it's that when God calls you, you damn well better answer him. Introductory rites. Ahmed, Cooter, Abertov, Cowles. When Matt Murdock was a kid, he lost his sight in an accident involving radioactive chemicals. Though he could no longer see, the chemicals heightened Murdock's other senses and imbued him with an amazing 360-degree radar sense. For years, Matt used his abilities to fight for this city as Daredevil until he sacrificed his life to save the souls of his friends trapped in hell by the sadistic hand cult and its leader, the Beast. Recently, Matt somehow returned to life with no memory of his past adventures, but the shadow of evil begins to grow in Hell's Kitchen, and it's only a matter of time before Daredevil is born again. Writer, Saladin Ahmed. Writer, Aaron Cooter. Color artist, Jesus Arbatov. Letterer, Clayton Cowles. John Romita Jr., Scott Hanna, and Marcio Maines are the cover artists. Aaron Cooter and Richard Isnov, Wills Portacio and Alex Sinclair, Frank Miller and Alex Sinclair, Ijakir, Pepe Larraz, and Matthew Wilson, Alexander Lozano, foil/variant cover artists, Jay Bowen, design, Tom Groman, associate editor, Devin Lewis, editor, Sabi Sobolski, editor-in-chief. Hell's Kitchen, 1 hour later. Damn, it's good to be home. Now Father Matthew, you stand judged. Judged guilty of missing dinner? You were supposed to be back from meeting the auxiliary bishop hours ago. Lo siento, Father Javi. Thanks for covering this place. Would fall apart without you. Damn, right? Damn right. Anyway, how did the meeting... Father! Matt, you're back! You were supposed to spar with us. Danilo, Jason, sorry. Had to deal with adult stuff. What does adult stuff mean? Please don't talk to us like babies. Oh, hey, Chloe. You met with that old man priest, didn't you? The one who wants to shut this place down. Stick us back in the regular foster system. You kids are too damn smart. Yes, I met with the auxiliary bishop today. He was concerned because St. Nick's is outside both the city's foster system and church hierarchy. Her what? It means who's in charge. So they're going to shut St. Nick's down? Over my dead body. Now, I know you guys have homework. Father Javi and I will be around to check it before bed, so get moving. Coffee's on. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. So you got called on the carpet. How bad was it? I'll live. The church brass is pissed what we're doing our own thing here, but there's the matter of our mysterious benefactor, the one who pays St. Nick's bills anonymously every month. Yeah, whoever it is has almost certainly been bribing church and city officials to make sure we stay open. Well, whoever they are, your work's made an impression on them, and it should. You should have a gift with... You have a gift with children, Mateo. Our work, and thanks. But I don't know what I'm doing half the time. And you still claim you don't know who this mystery millionaire is? Hand to God, Hoffy, I don't. Who the hell knows what they're doing when it comes to kids? What matters is they listen to you. You know why? Because you know what they know. You know what it means to get smacked around by the world. To be mad because of it. That's not something I want to... I know you're in there, Trick. You think you can hide from me? That's the scumbag Ashley's been on the run from. Guess he and I need to have a talk. What's the problem here? Problem? No problem, Padre. Just I need to talk to my girl Ashley. She's staying here, right? Rizzy, right? Some wannabe pimp. You're not welcome here. You need to leave. Pimp? I ain't no pimp. I love you, Ashley. Come back, I told you to leave. Last chance. Fuck this. You asked for it. These guys aren't fighters. It's over before it begins. I hear their bones break, feel the splintering under my knuckles. I tell myself I'm doing God's work. I tell myself I don't like it. But underneath it, a face is hiding in the memories that make me move. And it's not God's. Don't come around here again! That fucker broke my arm! Damn, look at them run! But how do you fight when you can't see? I told you his fists are like guided by God. The kids think it's cool that I broke people's bones. Ashley's safe, but I've still failed. I'm teaching them all the wrong lessons, and God is watching. God. And the devil. He's earned this. Once upon a time, the man I loved died and went to hell. He did it to save the people he loved from an eternity of torment at the hands of a demon. I thought I'd lost him forever. And perhaps I have, for though some supernatural act, I won't pretend to understand. He was returned to the world, but not as the man he once was. Still, some things transcend lifetimes. Matt's decency, his protectiveness, his terrible head for business. Matt doesn't know it, but I am the mysterious advocate who helps keep St. Nicholas going. Bureaucratic, sleight of hand, municipal, strong-arming, anonymous, donations, flat-out bribes. It's difficult, but not because of those petty tasks. It's difficult because I have to keep my distance. Because all this time I haven't let him hear my voice or see my face. For I seem to be the only one who knows that some force out there, a force Matt would call God, has given him this new life of peace. But what kind of monster would I be if I took it from him? All I can do is watch over him. But one night, just like that, I'm not the only one watching. What the hell? Who are you? Shh, shh, shh. Ah! Shh. That's right. Just relax. Later, I get a whole hour and a half of sleep before the worries wake me. And on the surface are fears about finances and stress over the children God has put in my care. But it's more than that. I keep dreaming of a life I never lived. And everywhere I turn, I sense Satan's presence. Father Matthew, Lord, protect me! With the strange senses God has given me, I see the devil's horns and claws. But its scent is something much crueler than fire or brimstone. The devil smells like lost love. Do I know you? Well, that's what I'm here to find out, you ridiculous man. I need to see how completely you've succumbed. Find out if you're mine yet. Sit down, Father Matthew. Relax. That's it. That's it. Whoosh! Wait, I do know you. I know the sound of your name, Electra. Ah, crap. Should have taken more time to burn her memory. Got lazy, ironic, huh? What in the name of God? What are you? Now, Matthew, just relax. Be strong. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy God goeth with. Not feeling it, huh? I get it, Maddie. Belief is my work. Better to just take it easy. Come on, just sit still. Why you fighting, Maddie? You know what's at the end of this road. Broken bones on rooftops, shot and stabbed and shot, never getting a night's sleep. Who needs that? Not you. Not you. Oof. Mateo! What happened, man? I heard noises from your apartment. Then I found you on the floor. You alright? You look fucking terrible. I'm fine, Javi. Just tired. See you in the morning. Oh, Almighty God and Father, I need your help. Memories that aren't mine fill my head. Anger I shouldn't know takes hold of me. Oh Lord, a devil is buried within me, and I can feel him clawing to get out. Another man's past comes back to me in jagged bits and broken pieces. I can't stop myself from picking them up, though it's like gripping shattered glass. Their shapes are strange, but they point in one direction, compel one thought above all others. Find Electra. 1 hour later, with every stride I take toward her, my senses remind me of who I was, of who I am, the smell of rooftop air, the feel of my hair being pulled back by a mask. the sound of traffic from 6 stories up. My mind doesn't remember where Electra lives, but my body does, and it screams at me that I have to help her. How is it that Satan has so filled your heart that you have lied to the Holy Spirit and have kept yourself from some of the money you receive for the land? You came, my love. Look at you, shaking off the lazies. I don't know who or what you are, but you aren't Electra. Give back her body now. You wanna what? Fight? That's so much work. But have it your way. You can't beat me. You can't beat me because you don't want to beat me. You want rest. The truth is, Matty boy, you're tired. And what you really want, what you deserve, is some peace and quiet. Am I wrong? I'd be lying if I said that you were, and I'm done lying to God and to myself. I've shirked my duty, let myself forget who I was because that was less work than remembering. I've been lazy, slothful, but no more. What you doing, Matty boy? Oh my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee. Hey, now back up there! I detest all my sins because of thy just punishments. You no need to, but most of all, because they offend thee, my God, who art all good and deserving of all my love. Stop! I firmly resolve, within the help of thy grace, to sin no more, to do penance, and to amend my life. Amen. Matt. Holy crap. You actually got off your ass and did it. You're a tough one, Matty boy. But also, I'm lazy. The others are gonna be a hell of a lot harder. Me? I'm due for a nap. Electra! 2 hours later. How are you feeling? Like myself again. Never underestimate the power of a blazingly hot shower. Are you sure you possession by a whatever that thing is hardly the worst I've been through, Matthew. How are you feeling? Unless I'm quite mistaken, you performed an exorcism tonight. I can't explain that. But piece by piece, memories of my old life are returning. I remember you more powerfully than anything. I remember us. Well, now that you're your old self, I'll make arrangements to keep St. Nicholas going. Once you leave, then. Leave? I don't think I can leave. What? Electra, I died. I went to hell to save the people who matter to me. It was supposed to be a sacrifice for all eternity. But just as I saved those I loved from hell, God saved me. He did it for higher reasons that I can't claim to comprehend fully, but that I feel in my every atom, and as a part of that, He set me on this new path. To reject that path, that divine purpose, and just pretend nothing happened, I'd be betraying everything. I'm not going to pretend to understand this. But if this is what you want, I won't stand in the way. Goodbye, Matthew. Want doesn't have anything to do with it. But I don't say that. This is hard enough for both of us. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Easier said than done, Lord. Some hours later, God grants me a Saturday morning miracle when the kids let me sleep in. He grants me another when none of them argue over lunch. In fact, the whole day is a collection of little miracles. But that night, something deep inside me, something that hasn't quite died, leads to me, a box I only half remember hiding. When the church brass scolded me for taking in trouble-making kids, I told them that God's forgiveness is infinite. Now I'm telling myself the same thing, and I'm hoping and praying that He'll forgive me for how good I feel wearing the skin of the devil. But I haven't earned His forgiveness. Seconds after I pull the cowl on, I hear the sounds. Police cars approaching, St. Nick's stomping feet, hostile chatter. Chatterous. I don't know what sound effect that would be. No sirens, but the radio no. Oh, judgment is coming. Father Matthew, open up! This is the police! Daredevil. Tom Groman, Associate Editor. Devin Lewis, Editor. C.B. Cebulski, Editor-in-Chief. What did I just read? Hello, hornheads! Editor Devin Lewis coming to you live and in print from Marvel HQ as we head into the dog days of summer. And I don't think there's a better way to end the summer season than with an all-new Daredevil #1. Following Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto is no small or easy task. In keeping with one of our favorite traditions here at the House of Ideas, Chip and Marco left Matt Murdock in a perilous position alive. Somehow, with his friends and his family broken out of hell, and with Matt himself no longer Daredevil. Saladin Ahmed is one of my favorite writers working in comics today. Saladin is bold and forward-thinking in his storytelling, with a keen ear for voice and a mean streak that enables him to take characters even lower than you think or expect they can go. Saladin's writing has guts, and when you're looking to put the devil through hell, that's what you need. I loved Saladin's work on Black Bolt, but I think a few recent Marvel Comics runs have been as exciting or nerve-wracking as his turn on Miles Morales' Spider-Man. If you haven't read it, do yourself a favor and go pick it up stat. It's great. And one thing that Saladin did so well in his story was introduce new and scary villains, my favorite of whom was the Assessor. Without spoiling anything for any of those you and Mighty Marveldom who haven't picked it up, Saladin the Assessor and all the rest put Miles through an absolute ringer. But more impressive than that, they told a story where it felt right for Miles to get back to his feet and keep fighting every single time, which is the trick of not just every great Spider-Man story, but also, and more importantly, every great Miles story. If there's any character who goes to the mat and fights back to his feet more than either of the Spideys, it's Daredevil, and I thought Saladin was a perfect fit for Hell's Kitchen. Speaking of perfect fits, Aaron Cooter and Hell's Kitchen go together like peanut butter and jelly. To start with, Aaron's one of the best illustrators in the biz, bar none, but his artist style is perfectly suited for a book like Daredevil. His characters are expressive and true to life, and you can feel every bone-shattering punch of his action scenes. I've loved Aaron's work since before I even worked on Daredevil, and his Guardians of the Galaxy run with writer Jerry Dugan is one of my favorite Marvel comics of all time. It's a treat to have him take a tour through the Marvel U's most dangerous neighborhood. But no creative team is complete without a colorist, and we're joined for this series by none other than Jesus Arbatov. I don't need to tell you, Jesus is a once in a generation kind of talent. Just look at the book you hold in your hands. I was lucky enough to work with Jesus on Venom a few years ago, and I've been itching to work with him again ever since. He just brings so much life to every page and panel, line of every book he works on, and just wait until you see what he and the whole team have done with the next issue. And it's worth mentioning letterer Clayton Cowles, too, who's on at least his fourth tour of Daredevil duty and is one of the best letterers and collaborators in comics history. Not that I need to tell you that. Clayton's reputation precedes him. So that's the team, the architects and arbiters of this next deep dive into Daredevil's dangers and dalliances. And mark my words, you won't want to miss what in the literal hell they're about to unleash on Marvel's New York. Daredevil and more surprise heroes and villains than you can ever imagine. I know what you're thinking. What about Wilson Fisk? What about Bullseye? What about Stiltman? We have a plan for them all, so don't miss it. And yes, before you ask, yes, we have plans for Elektra. We all love her, okay? And as you've seen from this issue, she's still operating as Daredevil and continuing Matt's legacy. But how will whatever is happening to Matt impact Elektra beyond what we've seen in these pages? And what does it mean that there's both a man and woman without fear? As they say in the old country, keep reading, true believer. We're running out of room here, so let's end with one last but not least thing to be excited about: the cover of Daredevil #2 from industry legends John Romita Jr., Scott Hanna, and Marcio Menzi. Add it to your pull list at your local comic shop, and once you have, write us a note at mheroes@marvel.com and let us know what your thoughts, feelings, and questions are for this new era of Daredevil. And until then, keep your head on a swivel, because this year, hell breaks loose. Over and out, Daredevil.